Please stay tuned. Hey folks, how's it going? I fell asleep while gaming last night, so my character ended up dying. Not a big deal, it happens. I just don't like it when it happens. I don't like that at all. Just the volume there. Okay, here we go. Just a little recap. Yesterday we worked on the board script here. And essentially what we've got is a that's weird. Okay. It's on number 4. I thought I had that on number 1, but okay. I've got programmed into the, as you can see down here. Let's do this. We're running our LCD custom data program block. And it's running with parameters. The parameters in question look like this. Great big long thing, and what it is everything is grouped, is separate. Each parameter is separated by an ampersand, and within that you'll have basically your within each ampersand you'll have your LCD you want to change, followed by the pipe command, or the pipe character, which is the one that's right above your enter key. If you hit shift instead of the backslash, when you're hitting shift, you get the pipe. But that separates the name of the LCD you want to change. And then on the other side of the pipe is the command you want to put into the custom data scroll, or the custom data field. So what you'll end up getting is something that looks much like this. I'm going to go ahead and hit some returns here. Here's the ampersand. And incidentally, this is intended to all be on one line, one argument that you're going to give to the script. So, as you can see in this argument here, the first grouping is going to go to ST001-LCD bridge 0001 LCD. We've got the pipe command here. So everything from here to here is being fed to the custom data container for this particular LCD. The next one is ST001-LCD bridge 02, and on that one we're going to feed inventory T:* ingot, and this is actually going to be my number 2, but just showing you essentially what the string looks like. Now let's go into the actual script here and let you show. It's really simple. This is the sum total of it. Excuse me, the sum total of it. This portion right here I found online. This portion here is just, it's error checking. It puts into the display section of the terminal of the program block what arguments it's running. And I suppose if I wanted to, I could do something really fancy like... and just for grins, so that there's like a line separating, I can do this. But it's really simple. It takes the argument string, and the first thing it does is it splits the argument into the variable arguments based on the ampersand being the delimiter. Then it takes arguments, and for each argument in string arguments, is going to give us each grouping. Then we take and we split that argument with the pipe command to come up with argument array. And there's two parts to it, a 1 and a 0. And then we take that argument array, and then we create the my text panel variable using my text panel grid terminal system dot get block with name argument 0. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. No, I don't want to change that. There we go, back in there. The argument 0 is the first half, which is the LCD name. So this is pulling up that LCD based on that name. Then as soon as it's got that, it changes the right public text, or changes the text you see on the screen to loading. And then, I was thinking about this last night. What I really should do is do this. I think. I'm not really certain. You know what? I'm going to leave it just like that. Well, the reason why I was thinking that is that looking at how things progress, or watching as the code executes, sometimes what would happen is this code would execute right here. Then, in between the time this code executes and this code executes, the mmaster's automatic LCD2 script will then fire, updating the LCD before this ever runs. So this gets cleared off the screen, and the original display gets shown, but then the next cycle that it updates, then this command will update. So this loading ends up, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm gonna move it. This really will work more logically, I think, because even if the new screen update gets in before this is applied, or the automatic LCD script, I'm sorry, runs this new command before this is applied, it will just go one cycle with this loading before it comes back to this, so it'll look more consistent. So I'm going to change it. Exit, remember. But here's how it looks. Here's how it should work. Here's our screen, and I'm going to hit the quick key number 2 on my keyboard for this particular console, and this particular console is called Captain's Console. So I hit that, all those go to loading, And then as each one updates, it will change the screen to what it's been programmed to be. And let's hit 1 to change it back. There we go. So yeah, that was my little bit of automation that I worked with yesterday. And in point of fact, this is utilizing all of this is coming from MMaster's automatic LCD2 script. I'm just got my own little script that's changing the custom data values for each LCD. And then MMaster's automated LCD2 script just does what it normally does. But yeah, so I got that done yesterday. And it's working. It's, you know, it does what I wanted it to do. Before I get too far out here, we need bottles. And I need to build 2 new hydrogen, 3 new oxygen. I have to do this every time I kill myself. And I might as well get a new elite rifle, an elite welder, elite hand drill, and elite grinder. While that's going on, let us go check the board really quick and find out exactly what kind of resources we're going to need to deal with today. Still got plenty of iron. Silver, platinum, gold. Obviously, those are some in-demand things there. Oh, we've got over 100K of steel plates now. I could really get to building, that's for certain. We definitely have some thruster damage out there. Some wear and tear on the station is being committed by the elements. So that's one of the reasons for the damage board. So we know what things are breaking down and what needs to be done. Yes, we made an armory yesterday, stocked it up. I suppose in many ways I should have a door making this safe, but I figure this is my CAC. This is the most secure part of the station. You've got multiple doors that you'd have to go through to get in here. And if you got to this point, nothing else is going to stop you really from going in there. I haven't put up any, and this is going to happen very soon. I'm going to start putting up defense systems in here, like a gun. There's going to be a gun right here, in these areas. I need to put some guns like in these corners, so on and so forth. Just some home protection. Let's take around, see what kind of general damage we've got. Literally every day brings on new damage. It really does. It's a never-ending process of keeping the station from falling apart completely. Ah, that's what we were working on last night when I fell asleep. Literally at my computer. I woke up in the wee hours of the morning and this baby was... actually, I was disconnected. I don't know how that happened. But I'm making a fighter craft. It's going to have a Gatling gun and a rocket launcher on the nose. Then it's going to have Gatlings underneath that can be independently targeted from the direction of the aircraft, or the spacecraft, I'm sorry. This will not be atmospheric at all. No way, no how will it ever go in the atmosphere. Gyros and reactors right here. Figured I was going to put programming blocks here and then cover them up with heavy armor. And as you can see, all of the blocks are heavy armor. This side right here is how it's ultimately going to look, and I need to do the same thing that I was doing there. I need to finish that on this side as well. Which is going to be a little bit of a bulky bitch, but I've got 6 ions pointing forward, 6 up, 6 down, 5 left, 5 right, and then I have 10 ions pointing forward. So she should get up to speed fairly quick. All I really need to do is focus on armor at this juncture and getting her protected. Actually, whilst I am thinking about this, incidentally, this ship is Combat Ship 001, because that's all this baby is a combat ship. It has no other purpose. No refineries, no nothing that you could even consider useful for any other purpose. But I wanted to set this to all off until I'm ready for it to shoot something. I don't want to shoot anything, but I'm not going to shut it off, at least not yet. But I am going to go ahead and create the group CS001 turrets. There's no ammo in it, so it's not going to fire right now, but I've had these turrets, not these specific ones, obviously, but I've had turrets, you know, I'm working on a ship, and I get things all put together, and I start throwing ammo in there to, you know, armor up, and all of a sudden my turret starts shooting at my ship and at me and other things. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Why is this shooting at me? And it's because by default, all the it's automatically just set to blow the fuck out of everything. What to do? What to do? I also think that maybe right here I need to put in a conveyor and then mount another one of these Gatlins right here and right here, and essentially be 3 guns pointing forward, and I would just, I don't know, I'd rape them. Basically, what it would ensure, or will help ensure, was that in a combat situation, and that's another thing. Once I get this beast completed, we're gonna go out and we're gonna raid some pirates and fuck them up. My idea is that if I have Gatlins, forward-facing Gatlins, that far apart, wherever my crosshairs are pointed, which I have crosshairs off, so that's that. But wherever I have the crosshairs pointed, it's going to get that block that I'm pointing, plus the 2 on either side of it is going to get damaged as well. So I think I will take out more. No, I'll induce more damage this way. That's what I'm getting at. But I also fully intend this ship not to be destroyed in a suicide run, so here's my thinking on tactics. Do a hard charge at them with all of this, and blow them, and just shoot. Then, at the last second, veer off, and then face this side towards the target. And this will be heavily armored here. And these 2 guns will just blast away and, as you know, make a strafing run. So it'll turn into a kind of like almost a bombing run into a strafing run, and as I'm angle away to move away from them, I can take control over one of these and be more precise. So that makes things a bit more interesting, I think. Or I can be stealthy and just sit out there and loiter about 1 click away before their guns start shooting at me, but where I can see them and I can sit there and use these guns to totally obliterate them. In reality, I need to replace that block, I think, with a square. This big wedge here, I fully expect that's going to do a lot of protection for my ship's systems. I'm actually thinking about bringing it up higher. But everything important will, a lot of it will be behind this wedge, and this is all heavy armor. So I'm thinking it's going to, you know, be able to withstand it fairly well, and then And as you can see here, I'm already starting the applying of heavy armor here. So you kind of see where I'm going with the design. And I absolutely am thinking about throwing some armor, some heavy armor all along in here. The only reason I haven't done so is because I want to test it to see how well it flies. Otherwise, because each bit of armor you put on, it just increases the length of time it takes for it to accelerate, deaccelerate. Turn, you know? Well, insofar as you do turn, but I'm talking about, you know, like rotation, XY axis rotation, things like that, which uses your gyroscopes. You can have all the rockets you want and all the thrusters. If you don't got these gyros, you're not going to be able to roll or anything to do anything like that. You can move left, right, up and down, forward and backwards, but you're not going to be able to pivot and turn, so you absolutely do need those gyros. And if your ship is heavy, it slows down that turn rate and makes it really cumbersome. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do to the back end here. How I'm going to end that. But I figured I would have slopes downward towards the nozzles of the engines, and I'd have this one that would come out and then slope downward. So it'd kind of be, I don't know, weird looking. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out. I'll play around with it until I get her done. But I'm using 2 medium cargo containers, which should be far more capacity than I'll ever need for the ammo. But just to be certain, I am going to load this bitch up and go have some fun. That she's unsightly. What a beast. All my stuff should be complete. And how does my ship always get turned cockwise like that? I'm not doing it. Is that snow? I guess so. I don't want it. The only thing I want here are those items there. And I have a very needy kitty who wants me to pet on him. Okay, I'll pet on you, sir. I'll pet on you. Meow. You're such a good little Rosaloo. So yeah, I've officially been distracted from my script writing to playing with my ship up there. my new fighter, because now I want to go out and be a pirate. Go pirate the pirates. I'm being awfully lackadaisical in my pursuit of all this. I should be flying. We got jetpacks. This is walking crap. Oh, yeah. I think that's much better, honestly. And if anything, what I would do is maybe move one of the corner ones. Here, let's do this. This is one of the corner ones I'm talking about here. And I think, yeah, number 7 was what I had it programmed in, yes. I think we're going to do it this way. We're going to go boom, 4, boom, swell that up, weld that up. Now, let's put a block there. Go to 7 here. Put a block there. Go back here to 4, put a block there. And that's how this is all going to look now. Actually, should really do this first. Now put 7 in there. There we go. Now let's take and we're just gonna start filling this in with blocks. Oops. There we go. And I actually need to work on this side a little bit and bring it into the same paradigm. And that's going to be a regular block. There we go. thinking I need some more coffee. But before I do more coffee, let's take a look at this here. Examine how I'm going to go about this. Do I want to cover that up? Should I? You think, maybe? Here we go. Oh no, I think that'll work okay. Just for grins, here's what we'll do. Let's just give it a try. Oops. There we go. And we're gonna put just a regular block in here. Then right there, let's put in a number 7, like so. There we go. Yeah, I think that's how I'm going to do it. I like that. That works for me. Before I get too far ahead of myself, I really need to start planning the electronics bay here. Exactly how that's going to go down, I'm not certain. Let's see, at the very least, I want... Let's go ahead and take this one out too, right there. Take that out. Oops. We're going to take and put a timer block in here, right there. And what else? I think they also use a tube, and we need to get the computer. And we also want a program block here as well. All right, okay. Now we want to cover that up. I'm going to replace that with the small Lucy, what are you looking at in there? You think there's something in there to get? My cat is intently staring at the closet. Could be mice. Could just be my cat's insane. We will need to put some blocks right there. And the main reason why is because this will be our primary display mount point. And that's also part of the reason why I'm thinking about just essentially I would do something like this. Just an extra layer of protection that will also protect my... You know what, I might as well just go ahead and do that. Let's throw a text panel in there. Thinking right there is the... Oh, sorry. Yeah, that's going to be the optimal position. And honestly, I might as well bring this back. Okay, out of resources. There we go there. Okay, let's get the LCD in there. There we go, got that. Okay, next thing is next, and that is getting all this welded up here. Out of supplies again. Need to go get some more. One sec. Look at this guy over here. Oops. Gotta be careful about running into things in this game because if you hit things too fast as you're moving, it will kill you. You'll die. Once again, out of steel plates. Well, gosh darn it. I hate it when I do that. Okay, now let's do this. Okay, perfect. Might come up with a color scheme for this later. Let's get some of that, get some of that. Excuse me. Okay. Turn the GUI back on so I can see what parts are missing from what. Ouch. Got too close to that engine. Okay, well, let's see how this baby handles. First and foremost, let's get some ammo on here. Well, no. First, let's get our groups together. And let's go into here. Let's get our connector pulled up. And this is going to be Combat Ship 001 connector. And we're going to unlock that connector, and we're going to drift off here a little bit. We're going to take a quick run just to see how well she handles. Slow. She is slow. Look how slow she is. I'm not sure why. So we'll have to diagnose a lot of this. We might have to add batteries to it. Or we just might weigh too much for the number of engines that we have. In which case, I will look at putting a large ion thruster, just a single one. As long as I can spin around on my axis and then point my rear end in the direction that I'm coming from and fire up the big one to slow down, I will do so. Okay, everything is... I haven't hidden anything, so shouldn't have any issues there. Oops. Must have done that last night. We're calling this the Hawk. I am going to go refill my coffee. Be right back. Okay, I'm back real quick. Now, let us... browse workshop. And we want to do the automatic LCD 2. Okay. Check code. Compiled successfully. Exit remember. Let's go over to timer block. Set on silent. Delay 0 or 1. Set up triggers. Program block. With default arguments. Timer block. Trigger now. And then start. We want speed and power. Oh, and timer. Trigger now. We are definitely using 100% power on all these babies, which strongly indicates that we don't have enough power. Let's see here. Let's zoom in close. See how badly these engines don't run when I... Yeah, they're all kind of... Yeah, I don't think this is an issue of not enough engines. I think this is an issue of not enough power. It definitely, as far as I've got enough gyros, no doubt about that one. Okay, let's head on back to the station. I think we're going to rearrange these monitors too. Hopefully we slow down soon enough. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I really need to work on this landing pad lighting situation. Now, I haven't decided how I'm going to do it yet. But what I'm thinking about is either setting up a sensor matrix, or I'm going to remove one of the catwalk pads on each landing pad, or one of the catwalk blocks off each landing pad, and then replace it with a sensor. Using a sensor matrix would require only 5 sensors, whereas one for each pad would require 6. But the level of programming complexity with a matrix would probably be higher. Not probably, it absolutely would be higher. See, in a nutshell, I've got one script that I'm going to use, or a piece of code to determine whether or not something's docked. I'll use that code in combination with other code that will determine whether or not something's in the area, not necessarily docked to a connector, but in the area of a pad. So as you approach, it's going to be green. But if you get within the sphere or area of pad 3, say here, I'm going towards it, it would turn yellow, indicating that you're essentially in the zone of this pad. If I go over to 6, it would turn yellow there, because I'm in the zone right now. It wouldn't actually turn red until a ship connects and locks to the connector. At least that's the way I'm kind of thinking of it. I would use sensors to trigger the change to yellow, and I would use the check if locked option on the connector using a script to change the lights red. But Okay, there she is. The beast. I'm gonna come up with some stupid name for it now, I think. Like that's a requirement, right? That's like a rule. I should take those off right there. Replace those with blocks. Need to put a rear camera on here, but the more important thing here to do how I missed those, I have no idea, but I missed a ton of welds. Let us get a battery. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do us any good. So, those are too big. Can't use a battery. So I think the key here is to add more reactors. And we can do that by adding these blocks. Get a reactor. And definitely gonna need some more parts. Reactor components. That's it. 6 of them. Now let's go grab some additional uranium. Put that back in there. Don't need it anymore. Okay, let's fire up all the engines again. We're still at 100%, but we're definitely accelerating faster now. And as you can see, see how the flames are actually longer on the back of the ship. Definitely indicating that we're headed in the right direction here on this. So I think if I drill in right here, I can add 2 more reactors, which is exactly what I'm going to do. 2 more of these babies are going in here. Construction components, reactor components. So just a few. Alright, now let's take and put a number 5 in there. Fill that in with 4. And I'm going to get 100 more uranium. Let's go back over to your inventory. We'll pull up React 5 and put 50 in there. And now React 6, we'll put the rest in there. Okay, now let's see what happens when I hit... Ah, nice. Not as fast as I still want it to be, but I can add more engines. But the problem, the main point is that we're not going to 100% now. It's definitely accelerating better. But see, now I know where I could possibly put some more engines. And it's gotten up to full speed, less than 2 clicks, which means it should slow down pretty fast too. It won't slow down quite as fast as it speeds up because I don't have as many engines. Let's see if it will slow down by the time we get there. 30. 27. 22, 20. Yeah, I think we're going to be doing okay as far as that goes. Should be able to tug in about 15. Okay, reducing speed, inertial dampeners back on. Come in about 4 meters per second. We need to add an antenna, I think. I am tempted to slap 2 more ion engines on this backwards facing ions. I am thinking about moving the LCD up 1 or back 1, however you want to look at it, and then fill this all in here with more armor. Because this really isn't going to be a fighter in the fighter craft sense. It's more going to be like an A-10 Warthog that is going to be able to withstand a little bit of, you know, a little bit of damage. Redundant weapon systems, blah, blah, blah. But I think she could use some more power. And the wonderful thing is that I could definitely put more reactors on this. put some in there. I could peel the skin off again, and I could put one here. Literally, I could put in a conveyor right there, and then put reactors on them. Put 2 more reactors in. Let's go ahead and get this baby docked. All right. Lock it. Let's get here. Toggle those off. What the hell's going on here? Is the station moving? I think it is. Get down here and take a look and see what the hell's going on. No, doesn't look like it. Rockets aren't firing. Oh, ion engines, that is. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I think I might reboot the server. It's acting kind of clunky here. Okay, we are going to take a little bit of a break. I've programmed it to here. Our LCD data